Hi, Lara at ElliottWaveForex.com with your free US dollar index Elliott wave analysis for the New York trading session dated 2nd of June. Starting this analysis with a look back at a historical chart just for the last 3 years. We had a 5 waves down to end primary degree wave C in March 2008, followed by a 5 waves up to end primary degree 1, end of 2008, followed by an expanded flat correction, A, B reaches beyond the start of A, C reaches comfortably significantly beyond the end of A, typical expanded flat, this is a classic textbook one, to end primary 2, end of 2009. Since then we've had a trend change for the dollar back to the upside. We're working on a primary third wave to the upside. Third waves are the longest and strongest waves, carry price the greatest distance, usually with the greatest momentum. They're usually the longest. Here's a really good example: a short first wave, a long third wave, an average first wave, a slightly longer third wave here. So we expect an upside target in the first instance for primary 3 to reach equality with 1 at least. Will take the dollar up to 91.91. Thereafter, the most likely next target will be 102.87, where primary degree wave 3 will reach 1.618, the length of 1. May happen August this year or December next, looking at Fibonacci time relationships between 1 and 2 primary degree recent so far. Taking you now to a daily chart for the last 6 months, where these blue 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is this blue 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here's our recent dollar rises, that big trend change just off to the left of the chart. 5 waves up to complete black or intermediate 1. ABC down for black 2, working on 5 waves up for black 3. This first intermediate or black degree wave, very nicely contained in its own trend channel. I've drawn this using Elliott's channeling technique. It works very well. Thereafter, a breach out of this parallel channel tells me that this wave is over and the next one in the sequence, 2 follows 1, is underway. Thereafter, I haven't drawn it here, but you can see that you can draw a tight little trend channel around this downside movement for 2 black, obviously breached to the upside. The next in the sequence, 3 follows 2, is underway. 1, 2, and an extended 3 with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 blue, working now on 4 blue. It's breached this channel. I'm going to use a double wide channel, sometimes that works here. I would have a little bit of difficulty counting a 5 wave completed impulse at this point. The structure appears to need another push up to complete it. It is possible to be elastic with the rules and count a completed 5 waves here. However, it's most likely that we're still in this 4th wave at blue or minor degree. So that's why I've created this double wide channel here. If your single width channel doesn't work, sometimes a double wide channel does. I've created this first with a trend line from 1 to 3 as per Elliott's technique. When it's over, we'll place the copy on 2 or 4. 2 is very, very narrow. I'm probably going to end up placing it on 4 and probably adjusting these widths a little. So far I've placed this middle line here on this little pink 4 here and created a double width. That's how I've created that channel. So our blue wave 4 is unfolding either as an expanded flat correction or a running triangle. We've got a 3 wave structure here for A pink, a very exaggerated obvious 3 wave structure here for B pink that reaches beyond the start of A, which reduces the possible structures for this 4th corrective wave down to either an expanded flat where B reaches beyond A, or a running triangle also where B reaches beyond A. 2 other rare possibilities: a running flat, I'll only consider if it shows itself due to the rarity of that structure. Also an expanding triangle I shall only consider if it shows itself to be the case due to the rarity of that structure also. Taking you now to an hourly chart where this pink B and this pink A is this pink B and this pink A, and here's our recent dollar movement. Here's our A, B, C, very exaggerated 3 wave movement for B pink. Working now probably on a 3 wave movement for C. Yesterday's sideways downwards movement, and this is a really good 77% correction of this A. Here's an impulse. A breaks down to a 5 wave impulse. We've got an A, B, short little C for wave B, breaking down to a three-wave structure, which is a 77% correction of this A. It's looking most likely now like C pink is unfolding as a three-wave structure, which means it's most likely that 4 blue is going to be a triangle. It could also be an expanded flat if we see price move below 85.18, we're looking at an expanded flat or possibly a very rare expanding triangle. We'll deal with that if it shows itself. So if price, I expect price to go down for the dollar today. If it gets down to 85.18 and keeps going, we're looking at a downwards target for the end to it, about 83.83. However, if it turns around and moves back up before it reaches 85.18, we're looking at a contracting triangle. So I expect further downside movement today, and my target in the first instance, 86.04 to 85.99. That's my first target. That's my where I expect somewhere in that zone. We're probably going to have a trend change around about there. So that's all from me with your dollar analysis. I hope you found me easily enough on YouTube. If you're looking for Elliott wave analysis of the euro and or the pound, you'll find it on my site, elliottwaveforex.com. I hope everyone out there is having a most awesome day.